Oh yeah, how are you guys? This is the United Matters channel, Match Day Live, as Amadi Diallo and Rashford start into this big encounter that is going to be played at what we've called the Williams Breeze Stadium in the US, and the lineups are already out, put out by the respective managers of these two teams. Manchester United taking on the side of Liverpool in the next half an hour from now. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and we thank God and Allah for the gifts of life. And Erik ten Hag comes into this game of football after playing 4 games now in the preseason. He has gone ahead to win 2. He has lost 2. He has lost to Rosenborg and Arsenal, and the big one comes in through for the side of Liverpool with lots of challenges coming through his team. Injuries are like injuries for the club of Manchester United, but will the available players come up and obviously put in the shift that will see Man United get themselves where they deserve to be? That is the answer that you're hitting for to obviously get from the full-time result of this game. Now, the starting 11 comes in through as Andre Onana makes it again. Lindelof, Mount, Rashford, Amadi Diallo, Casemiro, Jadon Sancho, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Evans, Amaz, and Toby Collier. That is the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United as we prepare to take on the side of Liverpool. Then Tom Heaton, Vitek, Bennett, Fish, Murray, Eriksson, Fletcher, Hannibal, Mather, McTominay, Oyeledi, Scanlon in there for you, and Anthony plus Whitley. That is the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United as we take on the side of Liverpool is it tonight? I think in America it's tonight, where it's the morning. Now, Liverpool has Kahela, Konate, Salah, Jones, Elliott, Jota, Simikas, Carvalho, Gravenberch, Quanch, and Bradley. That is the starting 11 for the side of Liverpool. And the substitutes include Jeroes, Hendo, Bajcetic, Chambers, Phillips, Diok, Van de Beek, Morton, Blair, Stefansson, and the talented Nioni. Nioni is one of those young stars that is really good, and however much I don't support Liverpool, but I appreciate talent, and Nioni is one of those players that comes on the field of play and will accept that Liverpool really has huge talent. And with them having Onslaught, that means this guy's future is destined to obviously shine, and will be having the world at his foot, because he's really a talented guy, and never underestimate him in there for you. So the big game is obviously gonna be happening any time from now, and 20 minutes from now the game will be on and running. But remember, Liverpool comes in this game of football, I think, after beating Arsenal, right? They beat Arsenal on the same night we beat I think Real Betis. They beat Arsenal by 2-1, and they put up a very, very good shift in there for you. They're really playing what we call counter-attacking football, right? They are playing counter-attacking football, and that resulted into them getting well into the mix to obviously find themselves into a position of really defeating Arsenal. But as Manchester United, you really understand that we still have a very good go right into this game of football, and we stand a chance to obviously put up a show and really get them into the right period where we deserve to be as Manchester United. But it's really up and running right now at the United TV, and they're really showing us how they've gonna obviously do what we call the corporate social responsibility in the US for this. So for Man United, we beat Real Betis by 3-2, and I think this is really a very huge encounter for Manchester United as we prepare to take on Man City. That is next Sunday. You all know next Sunday is the Community Shield, and Man City is going to beat Chelsea by 4-1. You understand? And I would love to see United do the basics, or get the basics right in this game of football of Liverpool, as we prepare to do the needful. But remember, there are lots of players that are not part of this team that are going to be joining us later when United really goes ahead to do the needful. And this is the system that Erik ten Hag is going to deploy as we take on the side of Liverpool. And it's Andre Onana in goal. That is it. And remember, in the game of Rio Betis, it was Tim Heaton that was in between the stitches for the club of Manchester United, meaning that Andre Onana was reserved for this game, and we just can't wait to see how things are really going to be panning out for the club of Manchester United. Then Aaron Wan-Bissaka, right back. You know, when I see him show up into this encounter, I'm like, what is it with his deal to West Ham? Because we've gone ahead to hear that personal terms have gone ahead to be agreed, and now we are waiting to see to it that everything really comes to pass. And I tell you what, it is really one of those moments that you'll obviously come up for and really understand that maybe something is not yet okay, right? And what's not okay? It's all about the transfer fee that United has to do the needful. But remember, we had been told that United had already gone ahead to agree a transfer fee with West Ham, and what had gone ahead to obviously hold this transfer was all about Aaron Wan-Bissaka agreeing personal terms. And I think yesterday we got a story that personal terms have gone ahead to be agreed between between Aaron Wan-Bissaka and West Ham. So we are here waiting to see what is really going to be what into this encounter all together. So after that, we've gone ahead to obviously have Harry Amaz onto the left back position for the club of Manchester United, one of the most exciting youngsters that will ever see play for the club of Manchester United. And I tell you what, he is really pushing hard to get into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. And the way he has come out and obviously overtaken Murray, he's really very, very surprising. As even Murray is good, but Amaz has gone ahead to show us that defensively is really good, and he has the biggest aspect that Ten Hag really loves: press resistant. When he gets that ball, he really feels like it's mine. He can take on players. He acts well in tight spaces, and the way he obviously finds himself attacking the area that has gone ahead obviously be given by him, by the opponent in the final third is really great. You saw the assist he put up for the second goal that we scored when Manchester United was playing against Rio Betis. You understand? Put in a very good cross. It was really inch perfect, and it came to the vicinity of the lad called Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo went ahead, obviously control that ball and hit it into the back of the net, and the rest was really, really, really history into the mix. So we're here to wait and see how things really pan out for this guy who goes by the names of Amaz as he takes on Mohamed Salah, because today it's really going to be a huge battle for him. But I believe in the lad. The lad is talented. He has all of what it takes to put in the shift. In the central defense, Lindelof and Evans come into the mix to obviously play into the central defense, as Evans plays on the left side of the central defense and Lindelof plays on the right side of the central defense. And for the club of Manchester United, it is really very, very worrying, because it looks like even Harry Maguire has sustained an injury. And how many defenders are injured now? Lenny Yoro and Harry Maguire, meaning that United need to obviously get in Matthias De Ligt as up, as we might get back into the season that we really had the previous season of 2023-2024, as injuries have gone ahead obviously knock on the door during the preseason. And by the way, when you look at other teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool and Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, they haven't gone ahead to accumulate very many injuries in the preseason, but Man United have gone ahead too. And remember, when we were in the US last summer, we left there when Kobe Mainoo and Amad Diallo were totally injured. You understand? So it looks like our plan is being sabotaged, and in the sabotage of the plan of Manchester United, we'll need to obviously get in players that will obviously do the needful. Casemiro is going to be playing to the double pivot with Collier into the mix, and I think I'm really going to be enjoying that a lot, and it's really going to be doing the needful. Remember, In the other game, it was Eriksson and Scott McTominay that started, and this time around, it is all about Casemiro and Collier. I understand why the manager has gone in for Collier, because he wants to see how Collier acts in big games. You remember, he was in the game of Arsenal, and he was rested in the game of Rio Betis, and the manager is now going to have to give him a go into this beautiful game of football, and it's what we are doing right now, and it's all about the man himself, known as Collier, into the midfield, obviously show us what he is. And the manager wants to strengthen the heart of the guy. The guy has to be a beast into the making to obviously come up and really put in the required shift that will obviously be anticipated and give us the best of the best. But we wait to see. Mason Mount, central attacking midfielder. I think he's really doing well in that number 10 position. And maybe, if at all he puts in that shift, maybe the manager will be like, sometimes I'm going to be taking off Bruno Fernandes off the pitch and really get Jadon Sancho in. Or else sometimes you start Jadon Sancho and bench Bruno Fernandes, your captain. Sancho is playing off the left, but it might be Sancho leading the line, because Ten Hag is going to have to trust him when he's really playing as a false number 9. And Amadi Diallo, wide left, we all know to it that he is going to have to obviously prove his haters wrong, that I'm the guy that does the needful for you, and I'll obviously put in a shift every time it's really hugely required, and he has always going to have to do the needful for this side of Manchester United. And when you look at his preseason, I think he now has 2 goals and he has like 2 assists into the making. So that is Amad Diallo for you, and he's one of those players that you can bet on to be on target tonight. And Marcus Rashford, very huge boost, because most of us thought that he was not going to be making it into this team because he walked off the field of play when Manchester United was really tussling it out with Rio Betis, limping. And we are like, is he really going to make it? And finally, he has gone ahead, obviously coming through. He has made it, and the rest is history for the guy called Rashford, and he has gone ahead to make it into the starting 11 for the club of Manchester United into the mix. So that is it, coming in through the man himself, known as Marcus Rashford. And now let's go to Liverpool and see how they are really gonna be looking tonight. Looks like it's a team that is really unchanged as they take on a team called Manchester United. Kahela is in goal. When I was watching the game of Arsenal versus Liverpool, Gabriel Jesus pressed him a lot, and on 2 occasions he found him on the ball and would have gone ahead to cost him a goal, by the way, you get. But finally, it has really come to pass. And guess what? It's really one of those moments that you have to look at and really understand that it's really gonna be rectified into this game. Then we are having Bradley. He's playing as the right back into the mix. And there is another guy known as Miskas, left back. Quanch and Konate into the central defense. And Elliot Gravenbach into, but I think it's gonna be Curtis Jones, right? Then Salah Cavalli, I think, is going to be played on the left, and Elliot will be played as a central attacking midfielder. Then Diego Jota is another one that is really leading the line, right, for the club of Liverpool into the mix. And when you look at the notable battles, Salah versus Amaz, the youngster, it's really going to be a very huge battle for us to watch. Then Rashford versus Bradley, another one to watch. Amadi Diallo versus Simiskas, it's another huge one to watch. And Gravenbach Elliott taking on Collier and Casemiro into the mix. It's really going to be another huge one to watch as a battle. So we wait and see how that pans out. But looks like the manager is really doing the needful. That is Erik ten Hag to register a win for the club of Manchester United into the making. Thomas Donker from Ghana, thank you. Greetings are really accepted. Then Mawadri Charles, hello David, good morning to you. Thank you for the show. I'm following live from Moyo. Oh, Moyo. You know, Moyo is also one of the districts where my ancestors come from because I'm a Madi. So thank you, Mawadri, for watching through. We hope to get a morale boosting win for the Community Shield. Yeah, but for me, it's not all about the win. It's all about how we are going to play. That is it. If we can really put in those patterns of play, like we've always gone ahead to do in this preseason against Liverpool, then I'll be like, all right, then we can do the needful against Man City. And United does what we call a quick play. They break play in a very, very ultra quick way, with an opponent not being able to obviously coming through and put in the required shift. So it's not all about a win for me. It's all about how we are going to play, because we are missing out on very many players. I tell you, if you are going to be looking at the team that's going to be starting against Man City, it's totally going to be different. Onana will maintain his position. Dallo will come in through as the right back. Luke Shaw will come in through as a left back. Lisandro Martinez will come in through as a left-sided centre back. You get Kobe Mainoo will come in through. Bruno will come in through, and maybe Zexi. So out of the players that are starting tonight, 6 of those won't be into the starting 11 as we take on Man City. So all I want is how Erik ten Hag is going to obviously execute his plan to obviously create what we call the noise, to put us to where we deserve to be as a club of Manchester United into the mix. So that's exactly how we anticipate United is really going to be like. And for me, Community Shield will be Community Shield. I'll be doing the match preview, I think, Thursday next week, as according to who is going to be doing what into that role into the team. So that is exactly what you're really having for the club of Manchester United. And I'm having Thomas Donker. David, United should move on from Rabiot. I dislike that guy because of his mother. 2, he rejected United before. 3, we need young players from the new structure. You know, sometimes your opinions are really good, but they coming through and they are not the ones responsible for making a decision on who is going to come in through to play for the club of Manchester United and who is not going to be playing for the club of Manchester United, and who United is really going to be signing. That is it. You know, it's out of our hand, or it's out of hand for us to make a decision, but you can come up with your decision. But I tell you, Rabiot will only be considered coming in at Manchester United if at all Casemiro leaves. But if at all Casemiro stays, just get to know that Manchester United will get in Amrabat and Ugarte. That is it. And they move on a player called maybe Scott McTominay. But the moment United comes up to the level of really losing players, then that's when we'll consider Rabiot. But it will depend on the decision being made by the board of Manchester United, and the rest will be history. And we are like 5 minutes into the game, and having Kyolin Kahin. Thank you for watching in through. But your predictions are welcome in the comment section below. I see the players of Manchester United into the tunnel with Mohamed Salah captaining the side in through that has gone ahead to be ready to face Manchester United. Full stadium, and when you look at the capacity that it really holds, it's really, really a huge capacity. It holds a capacity of 77,555 people. And you know it, when you're really facing the club of Manchester United and Liverpool, there is no joke. It's always a derby. It's always a rival match, and the enthusiasm and adrenaline are really high. So it's not going to be a game as usual. You remember how we played Arsenal and how players were really fighting for the ball. I think that's how everything's really going to be out for the side of Manchester United. But the referee is really stepping on the field of play, and you people have gone ahead obviously put in what we call your predictions. Man United 92% win, Liverpool 7% win. That's what you people have gone ahead to say. So we are waiting to see how you people are really going to be panning out into the mix for this beautiful, beautiful encounter, as we see in the US who is really going to be winning this beautiful game of football. So I'm going to be returning when the game of football is done. We are going to be doing what we call the match reaction live here, and the rest is really going to be history. I'm having Malcolm Barrett. Thanks, sir, for reminding me of this match here. It's really starting in the next 1, 2, 3 minutes, and we are waiting to see how things are really going to be pan out. But my eye is so much onto Toby Collier, Amaz, and Amad Diallo. The other one is going to be Marcus Rashford. I want to see how he executes himself, because he's a proven starter for the club of Manchester United, and we should find ourselves in a position of really seeing him offering the best. Liverpool is a very hard nut to crack, and we are waiting to see how we are going to be getting the best out of the best from this beautiful game of football into the mix. So that is Liverpool for you. Man United, I see a draw written all over this game of football, and we'll be returning to let you know what our thoughts are about this beautiful game of football. I'm signing out for now. See you later. Third video of the day, and you people are really gonna be getting in more and more and more of this. We out. Bye bye. Referees and players are shaking hands. Soon it's starting, and you can as well go to the United TV and you'll watch the game of football, and we are gonna be back when the game is done and dusted. Bye bye.